Good morning, everyone, specifically to our Professor Dr. Lloyd C. Hunahunan. Today, I'm going to share to you another method and technique in English language teaching, which is Corpora. But before that, let us know the objectives of this topic. These are the objectives. 1. Define Corpora as a method and technique in English language teaching. 2. How is Corpora used in language teaching? 3. What Corpora can offer in language teaching and learning. Let us define what is corpora. In linguistics, a corpus is a collection of linguistic data, usually contained in a computer database. It is used for research, scholarship, and teaching. It is also called a text corpus. In plural form, it is corpora. In 2006, McInerney et al. Provide the following definition of what is normally meant by the word corpus. The term corpus, as used in the modern linguistics, can best be defined as a collection of text, written or spoken, in machine-readable form, which may be annotated with various forms of linguistic information. How to use corpora in language teaching. Corpora can be used to study language in all its forms and uses. In language teaching and learning, one of its most common functions has been to inform dictionaries, grammar books, usage manuals, textbooks, syllabuses, tests, and other resources. Most of these keep corpora in the hands of expert corpus linguists, but there is little reason why end users cannot also make use of such tools and techniques. Such approaches go by different names, including corpus consultation and data-driven learning. There are 5 ways to use the corpora for classroom activities. 1. Have students guess the top collocates of a word. 2. Categorize the collocations. 3. Show the collocates and have students guess the word. 4. Play, explain through act with the top 10 collocates of a word. 5. Have students guess the top suffixes of a word. There are advantages of using corpora. 1. Corpora can inform deductive and inductive approaches to English teaching. In the deductive approach to teaching English, corpora analysis provides evidence that informs teachers, especially to those who are non-native speakers, about the use of language elements they are presenting in class and provide them with the clear and authentic examples of the language elements. While in the inductive approach to teaching English, corpora analysis provides students with data to infer language rules by themselves. 2. The use of corpora improves English programs and materials design courses. In 2005, Gabriel Latus suggests that teachers and material writers may unwittingly present their personal informal observations about language as the true and full picture of language structure and use, or present their own preferred usage as the only correct or acceptable. However, because corpora informs us about the use of language elements in a way that our intuition cannot, corpora can enlighten the syllabus, and most teaching materials can be based around corpus data. In 1994, Highland concludes that for the most part, modal expressions are simply introduced without system or comment and are summarily dealt with a single exercise which fails to emphasize either their function or importance. In the same vein, Williams in 1988 affirms that the selection of examples is unclear, but she would suspect that authors to enthusiastically use introspection or a type of educated hunch instead of an empirical research. The third advantage is corpora and language awareness. Language awareness can be defined as the development in learners of an enhanced consciousness and sensitivity to the forms and functions of the language. This is why corpora analysis plays an important role in learners' language awareness. When students work with corpora, they discover language for themselves. In 2003, Bulitho et al. State that language discovery is the key element of the language awareness approaches. The fourth one, Corpora and English language methodology. Corpora is normally associated with noticing and language awareness. Gabrielatus in 2005 draws attention to the fact that corpora can also be used by teachers following more traditional methods, such as PPP or the presentation practice production, as well as task-based approaches. However, we should not forget that although corpora can be used to design a more traditional style of lesson like PPP, corpora use is normally seen by researchers as helping to create a less teacher-centered classroom atmosphere. The next advantage is corpora develops students' and teachers' autonomy and independence. Different investigations suggest that using corpora promotes students' autonomy because students can take responsibility for their own language learning, looking for language features in different existing language databases with the teacher's guidance. Instead of relying to the teacher for information, corpora can be used by learners to find things out for themselves. Many researchers and writers, linguist writers, conclude that nowadays in a globalized world, that it is impossible to conceive of education without technology and all the advantages that it has given to the teaching learning process in general and to the language learning process in particular. It is difficult not to realize that computers are used to inform teachers in developing classroom activities as well as to facilitate their job. The use of corpora is a new tool that provides teachers with authentic data about language structure and promotes students' autonomy because they can explore a determined corpus and do their own research about language features. Unfortunately, using corpora is not an easy task, especially for those teachers from institutions whose aim is not just English teaching, like a typical public school with limitations, and therefore it is possible that even when English teachers are informed of this new technology, they may continue to base their teaching on textbooks with dubious language content. Schools require investing in computer equipment as well as in software to analyze corpora in order to introduce this new technology, and teachers and students can make use of these advantages. Despite the fact on economical problems or the lack of computers in the school would be enough reason for teachers not to use corpora to supplement their teaching course. They can use corpora in a basic way at home with the help of one computer and internet using the free downloadable software to analyze a corpus. They can identify examples of authentic language used for the regular classes no matter the methodology they use to teach. Thank you for watching. Saan naman to siya, Al?
Listening?
Oh, listening?
Listening! Hindi naman sila. Wala, nagpanawa ko sila ganun yung kwan.
Anya, ama na to.
Yes!
Yes, naman to.
Dili diha siya. Dire siya, oh.